What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Eclectic Beard. So this go around, something a little bit different, as most of you, well, not most, a good portion of y'all probably know, probably from my streams and stuff like that. I love the game. I've got a series or some streams I'm going to be doing here shortly. For anybody that's ever heard of or seen the Dark Pictures anthology, it's like horror / thriller type stuff as far as video games are concerned. Very good storylines. So their last one, House of Ashes, I'm going to be streaming that here in the near future. So yeah, I'm the Eclectic Beard, and you know, I've not been very eclectic, but we're going to be changing that. And I'm going to tell you right now, the kids are back in school, so it is on like Donkey Kong. I'm going to be pumping out content. This video, we got gamers caught cheating.
Just like regular sports, the world of esports is full of cheaters. And with the rise of online gaming tournaments and streaming platforms like Twitch, some gamers exploit these cheats to...
Wait, I thought all Twitch was e-girls and hot tubs these days. Am I wrong? Oh my god.
help them score a quick win, but it takes just one wrong click to completely expose them and bring their little gaming empires to their knees. So let's take a look at some hackers, liars, and dim-witted cheaters who got caught on camera trying to play the system. Miscue Gemini. Now, cheating in video games isn't a crime, but the way streamer
It should be. It should be. If you gotta cheat to play a video game, play something else and get good, noob.
Miscue Gemini tried to cover up her blatant cheating absolutely was. This young, ambitious gamer regularly streamed herself playing the ferociously competitive Counter-Strike Global Offensive, or CSGO for short, which is an online multiplayer first-person shooter game. However, back in 2017, she started her stream with a huge rant about how she'd been unfairly accused of cheating.
You know what's really sad? That sometimes, because I'm female in Counter-Strike, people are like, "You're cheating!"
Way to tell off those pesky trolls. But then, during the game's warm-up phase, she seemed to forget that the whole world could see her screen, and she brought up a cheat software menu.
What? I'm not cheating here. Look at my cheats. Look, if you're going to cheat and you're going to stream, at least have that crap on another screen. That's the reason why you invest in more than one screen if you're going to cheat. Seriously. That's having something like that happen with, number one, after you've called out people that are thinking you're cheating, and then you actually pull up your cheats. Like, any credibility you might have had is gone out the window, because at that point in time, now folks are going to know. Oh, they see straight up. Oh, yeah, there goes. At that point, you might as well just take and show people what cheats, how to get them, and stuff like that, so that way they can, at least get kills or something if they don't want to take the time to grind to get good. Practice centering and stuff like that. So, bro, like, how are you that just dumb? Wow.
After hitting the load coding button, all of her rivals' ranks and locations suddenly began appearing through the walls. For those of you who don't play CSGO, I can tell you now, this ain't normal. It's called a wall hack, which allows players to locate their opponents through solid objects in the game's arena. Hacks like this are a sneaky way of gaining the upper hand in multiplayer shooter games, and Miscue Gemini's viewers were quick to pick up on it. But
my thing is with stuff like this, like, what if you've got any, and there's some people that use cheats and stuff like that. They've got skills, they've got actual skills, but they want that top look. If you are entertaining and you've got skills, you're not going to have to be like the creme de la creme for people to watch you. You can entertain them through your interactions and through your commentary with your gameplay. And if you're not, why, man? Why? It's not worth it. It's not worth it.
Blissfully unaware she'd been caught, she continued to play and, even worse, lose. And it's at that point she finally realized what she'd done, as you can see from her facial expressions. After being caught red-handed, you'd think this would be the time to fess up, right? Well, take a listen to the cringy excuses that start falling out of her mouth.
You guys, do you guys ever get that weird glitch in CSGO where it shows your rank, that it shows everyone's rank? Clara, give me 1 second. Clara, let me just message this girl. Give me 1 second.
Oh my God, how you... See, that's somebody that doesn't have anybody in the room next to them, off camera or in another room going, "Hey, you fucked up," because coming up with excuses like, "Hey, y'all ever have the glitch?" No, we seen what happened. Glitch, right? Anyways, glitches put you under the map and stuff like that.
She promised me she didn't use it on my PC. I'm fucking done. This is what happens when you let people use your PC. Can't trust him. Alright, that's nice to know.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't Clara that we watched load the cheat code at the beginning of this game. After that, Miscue Gemini guiltily abandoned the match, and her CSGO account was eventually slapped with an anti-cheat ban. But following massive backlash from the streaming community, her Twitch account also disappeared soon after, along with any chance she ever had of making it as a pro gamer.
That's the other thing. If you're legitimately caught cheating and you're a streamer and you're making any kind of money, that shit should be gone. Like, bloop. Nope. You got caught cheating, so you're taking it basically entertaining under false pretenses. Like, it's one thing if you actually like show people for educational purposes, like this is what this kind of stuff looks like, this is what look out for whenever you're like spectating or something like that, because I've been killed and spectated somebody with all the little like skeleton things running around behind the walls, and that's wild to see. But something like that, or you take a watch and you can see that they're shooting and they're not even zeroed in on anybody. You can see this all the way across the map, and it's kill. That's like instant report.
Maybe she should have tried playing a game where you don't need to cheat to win. Forsaken. When it comes to cheating in CSGO, it's safe to say no player has ever been more humiliated than Nikhil Forsaken Kumawat. During the Extremes Land Zowie Asia tournament in 2018.
Bro, that's like... Dude, that would piss me off. And if you're at a world championship doing something like that, oh, bro. Bruh, nah. Good luck getting that through.
It's safe to say no player has ever been more humiliated than Nikhil Forsaken Kumawat. During the Extremes Land Zowie Asia tournament in 2018, Forsaken was competing as part of the pro esports team Optic India. They'd entered into the top-tier CSGO tournament, which had a hefty prize pool of $100,000. But as Forsaken was playing, someone reported him for suspicious activity, and an administrator was called in. At first, Forsaken boldly refused the admin access to his terminal, but after they asserted their position, they probed into his setup and discovered a suspicious program running in the background. When it was pointed out, Forsaken unbelievably batted their hands away and tried to delete it in front of their eyes. Stunned, the administrators disqualified Forsaken on the spot, and the entire Optic India team was booted from the event. When they finally got a good look at Forsaken's terminal, they discovered the illegal aimbots he'd been desperately trying to delete. These are hacks that provide easier target acquisition for players and are expressly prohibited by CSGO.
Practice your aim. Practice your... Like, I don't have horrible aim, and I don't have the best of aim, but as long as my centering's good, if I can snap onto someone or get repositioned to start to shoot at someone, you can win gunfights. And you're on a competitive team. Like, if that's how you were on that competitive team, they need to take and go through their vetting process just a little bit better.
But what made it worse was that they'd been accessed multiple times, meaning he'd cheated in many different matches in order to get his hands on that prize money. Appalled by his actions, Forsaken was handed a full 5-year ban from the Esports Integrity Coalition. The pro player was also booted from his team, but in the
Imagine they did that in professional sports like the NFL here in the U.S. you got caught with using performance-enhancing drugs, or it was in your drug test. We're banning you for 5 years. Imagine what kind of effect that might have across the board a little bit. Might have some more natural-looking players at that point.
Overwhelmingly embarrassing aftermath, Optic India was dissolved altogether.
Wow.
Now, even if your aim is as bad as Forsaken's, you don't need an aimbot to hit those like and subscribe buttons down below. Go ahead, prove that you're better than that cheater ever will be. Now, where were we? Tavobetancourt. Have you ever heard of speedrunning before? It's where players record themselves racing to complete levels or entire games as fast as humanly possible. And some of these times are so fast, they're only separated by the split second of a button push. It's not the most well-known style of gameplay, but because the community is made up of passionate nerds like me, speedrunning is a serious business. And that's why YouTuber tavobetancourt came under heavy fire when Mexican channel Badabun uploaded his insanely fast Super Mario Bros. Speedrun back in 2017. He effortlessly sailed through the entire game, completing it in a respectable 5 minutes and 12 seconds. While this run earned him plenty of online views, the speedrunning community spotted some serious problems. For a start, even though the attempt was just 5 minutes long, Tavo took the time to guzzle down Coke and pizza as he was playing. Surely
That to me, that's almost like it was pre-recorded or patched together, which it's one thing to cheat in like a something like Warzone or COD or something like that, but when you're doing a speed run, like you're trying to get through the game as quickly as possible to take and beat it, and you know you've got that you use whatever shortcuts and stuff like that, because a lot of games have shortcuts. They've got quickest paths, and so whatever you use, and if you deviate from that and it dings your seconds and stuff like that, so any way that you can take and cheat, whether it be pre-recording a good section to put in with the actual, bro, that's almost, to me, that's dirtier, because that's a dedicated community. Like, that's a super niche community within the gaming sector. So, bro, that takes some, gonads to try to be that bold, and then upload the gameplay.
if he were taking this seriously, he could have waited 5 minutes to have his dinner, right? Secondly, the game's counters suspiciously didn't match what was happening in the footage. Like here, where Tavo collects 11 coins, but the counter curiously increases by 12. It was clear that Tavo had stolen someone's speedrun footage and mashed it with a different counter so that it wasn't too obvious he'd stolen it. But this minor mistake didn't escape the attention of real speedrunners. They tracked down the original footage and revealed that it had been brazenly stolen from world record speedrunner Darbian. And when the community found out, Tavo was crucified online. He later admitted what he'd done and apologized, claiming it was just part of a social experiment. Lame.
Bullshit. It's a social experiment. See how close attention people are. Bullshit. You was wanting to take and get notoriety. Don't even lie. No need to apologize and try to play it off. Just apologize, shut up, and sit the fuck down.
Excuses aside, it's pretty clear that this was just done for clout, seeing how, despite his apology, his run is still up on Badabun's channel. Although now, I reckon it'll take more than video splicing for Tavo to outrun his ruined reputation. SuperfastJellyfish. The impossibly precise button presses and muscle memory required for speedrunning are insanely difficult to master, which is why blindfolded speedrunning is even more mind-blowing. Just using audio cues and their memory, players complete games as quickly as possible without once looking at their screens. Considering most people couldn't even get past a start menu blindfolded, this is some god-tier gaming. So when unknown gamer SuperfastJellyfish live-streamed his blindfolded speedrun of Super Mario 64 in just 42 minutes, the speedrunning community was stunned. but not in a good way. For a start, there are only 3 certified blindfolded streamers who have submitted their times.
How do you go about that? Blind, like you've got to know that game better than you know your own way home. That's a level of dedication I'm not sure is worth it, to be honest with you.
Into this category, ranging from 24 minutes to 1 hour and 58 minutes. This would have put SuperfastJellyfish in 3rd, even though he claimed he'd only ever done 3 blindfolded speedruns before.
Right.
But compared to his competitors, SuperfastJellyfish's gameplay was suspicious. He left audio alerts on, which are hugely distracting and can mess up a real blindfolded speedrunner's timing.
Let's go.
Thank you for the follow.
I bet you he took and used somebody else's footage.
This is your
Probably a
second
couple of
blindfolded
times.
run, isn't it?
Technically this is my 3rd.
Unfazed by this, he then talked continuously through sections that real blindfolded speedrunners know requires careful attention to audio details.
Did I check for saves? No, because I don't save the game.
These were huge red flags for the speedrunning community, and they called out SuperfastJellyfish for cheating by using a blindfold he could see through. Clearly caught out, SuperfastJellyfish eventually came clean. Well, kinda.
What you may not know is that speedrun was purposely fake. It was purposely fake.
Instead of a proper apology, he tried to save face by claiming he purposefully faked the speedrun. And yet, he only admitted this after he was exposed? Yeah, that's called cheating, bud.
Like that's something you do directly after the stream is over with. Like you be like, oh yeah, that was all fake. Just get the views and stuff. Like you that's not something you allow a community of folks is dedicated to following a certain thing. That's not something you allow them to come to figure out and call you out on. What is it with folks taking in? Oh, it was social experiment. Oh yeah, it was a fake. But you was gonna let it stand if they wouldn't have called you out. Like bullshit.
Better luck next time. Joshua Artenel Kriegshauser. Game developers often stream games they're working on as an awesome way of interacting with the game's community, but these developers usually have special abilities other players don't, which can look like cheats, as Joshua Artenel Kriegshauser awkwardly discovered back in 2017. The technical director of the Battle Royale game H1Z1 decided to stream the match he was playing with his friends on Twitch, but when he blasted through a rival group of players, their reactions shocked him.
What's happening?
Why are you cheating? Really, dude? You're cheating?
A dev cheating.
Wait, can you not see him?
You can't see me?
Yes. Oh, he is, I mean.
Oh my god, am I hidden?
Ooh, cheating like that definitely isn't a good look for a developer. Although it seems like he genuinely forgotten to turn off his special cloak of invisibility. Either that, or he just really wanted to show those 12-year-olds who was boss.
That might get taken over, that might be explainable. He might have been in, checking stuff out, but in a previous thing while taking and doing some dev work and forgotten to turn off the invisibility. But you're doing that live. I mean, come on, man. Come on. Now, one thing I will say, I get tired of that. I get tired of hearing that, oh, some 12-year-old look. A lot of folks that play these games, I think there's probably more adults and, between the ages probably 18 to probably 30, 35 that take and play these shooter-type video games than kids. Just say it. A lot of parents still with that M rating. They're like, no, unless it's something like GTA, and for whatever reason they don't care about the kids beating up hookers because scourge on society and stuff like that is, I guess, the outlook. But I've run across a lot more adults than I have kids playing shooter video games like PUBG or Warzone and stuff.
Azubu Frost. With over 100 million monthly players, League of Legends is one of the largest online multiplayer games in the world. For those who don't know it, it involves two teams battling it out to occupy and defend their half of a map. And to do this, players have to strategically attack or hide from the other team. But professional esports team Azubu Frost found an inventive way around this back in 2012. During the Season 2 World Championships, Azubu Frost faced off against Team Solo Mid. From the get-go, the match was plagued by technical issues which caused multiple pauses. But during these pauses, members of Team Azubu Frost sneakily checked out the minimap that was being broadcast on the huge stadium screen behind them. This allowed them to see exactly where the other team was heading and what they were planning. Team Captain Woong in particular looked back at the screen on a number of occasions before recklessly altering his gameplay. Azubu Frost won the round, but an investigation by League of Legends developer Riot Games later determined that Woong clearly gained an unfair advantage.
Bro, you having that many stops, you give them the unfair advantage. What are you talking about? Not like the other team. Oh my God. They just didn't take an act on it. You're going to penalize somebody for it. Like, y'all caused that. Y'all caused that. Like, I get it. Integrity of the competition and stuff. Like, I completely get the reason why if they got disqualified or whatever. But you caused it. It's being played right behind them. You think he's not at least one of them's not going to check it out? He's just dumb enough to take and actually go all Rambo with stuff.
By looking at the screens, he also shared the information with his team, which led them to certain victory. For this unsportsmanlike behavior, Azubu Frost was fined 20% of their tournament winnings, costing them a grand total of $30,000. Ooh, right in the wallet. Mr. Golds. Some streamers play games in a way that can really divide an audience, like Mr. Golds, for example. At his peak, his Twitch streams boasted a respectable average of 2,000 live viewers, where he routinely bragged.
Alright, look. With a pistol, and you can see he's not even lined up. Like, he's lined up and where it's flying in, like he's shooting, and it's not going to take a reach where the spot where he's shooting at. Like, you might take and shoot this far in front of somebody with your gun at a speed that's going at. Like, that's straight up. Oh my God, dude. Aimbot!
About how good he was at Call of Duty Warzone. But during a stream from August 2020, one of his viewers noticed something strange on his screen. Can you see what their cursor is pointing out?
Have you ever seen anyone playing like me? Like seriously?
Yup, while Mr. Golds was shamelessly bragging about how he's so good that he doesn't need to cheat, he had the cheating software Engine Owning running in the background. Engine Owning is an app that freely...
I was just looking at the task manager there, then I seen in the background Engine Own. I'm like, oh God. Bruh. Aim at friendlies, aim at enemies. Head only. Oh, dude. Head only. If somebody's shooting at you in Warzone and like they don't hit nothing but headshots and they're not sniping, like I can understand, if they're 2 or 3 meters away from you that it's all headshots, even if you're moving. That's a little bit easier to keep up with. But if they're not hitting anybody whatsoever and it's all headshots, yeah, no, homie, no.
Software Engine Owning running in the background. Engine Owning is an app that freely admits it sells cheat software for many games, including Call of Duty, like their Aim at Enemies hack, which Mr. Golds clearly had set to on in the background.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
After he was rightfully exposed, Mr. Golds' channel received temporary suspension, as Twitch's guidelines ban the streaming of cheats in any online games. Although his channel is now back up, this cheater hasn't recovered enough dignity to show his face on the platform since.
I bet not!
fazeJarvis. Just about every fan of the Battle Royale game Fortnite knows the name fazeJarvis, but not necessarily in a good way. This British YouTuber and gamer rose to fame when he joined the mega popular esports group the FaZe Clan in 2019. He'd been uploading his Fortnite gameplay to YouTube since 2018, with many of his videos garnering millions of views each. His channel was made up almost exclusively of Fortnite gameplay, but then in 2019, he made an unfathomably dumb decision. He uploaded a video where he openly claimed to be using an aimbot.
Because I've got the hack open and stuff, it's making my Streamlabs like lag, so I can't do that. You won't be able to see on the recording.
What? Why would you do that? Why would you? Oh my God. If you're using aimbot, do not announce that shit. What is wrong with that kid?
I've got the mod, but just so you guys know I do. This is what happens. Look, aimbot, FOV, aimbot, FOV. Like, I don't know what half this stuff means, but it's actually about to be lit. We're about to pop off. See you.
Yes, because you're cheating. You're Bro, that shit just, that irks my nerve. That irks my nerve. Before Verdansk went away and the new Caldera map coming to Warzone, like, cheating was horrific. Like, you run into cheaters every match. Now it's not so much. You might about every 4 or 5 matches run into somebody. Caldera, or if you take and play a Rebirth or something like that. But I just claim everybody's cheating if they're better than me. Like, they beat me in a gunfight. Oh yeah, he was cheating. Just cause it's easier that way. You know, got to be an explanation. Not that my aim was off or something like that. Can't be that. But like, to go, I've got an aimbot and it's about to be lit. Yeah, you're cheating. That's the reason why it's going to be lit. You're going to hit what you aim at, you jackass.
Mate, how's it not hitting anyone?
What?
I got aimbot.
Look at this. Look at this.
While the hilariously controversial video made him some sweet YouTube money, Fortnite's developers Epic Games didn't see the funny side of it. They have a zero-tolerance policy to any kind of cheating, let alone bragging about it to millions of people online, without missing a beat.
I wish Activision was the same way. No, you're using a computer. There's got to be a way to take and hone in on an IP address. I don't care if they use VPN. That's the other thing. If they're using VPN to take and play the game, boot them, ban them, straight up. If you're not close enough to, to a server somewhere to take and get good ping, I hate it for you. Put all of the people with bad ping in the same goddamn lobby. They use VPNs and stuff like that. That only helps them fucking cheat, because then they can't take and tie it back to the specific machine that's being used. So if the account's banned, they come right back with another account. Nah, fuck that. You're using it. Oh, we think they're using a VPN. Completely ban whatever machine it's tied to. That MAC address that's tied to that. Damn the IP, the MAC address.
Epic Games brought down the hammer and immediately banned Jarvis's account. But the ban wasn't just for a month or even 2, but for life. And this didn't mean he was only banned from the community. He was also prohibited from participating in all future Fortnite gaming events. What a staggering self-own. In true YouTube style, Jarvis released a tearful apology video admitting his infractions and
my cash cow's gone because I'm an idiot.
Accepting Epic Games' decision.
I'm truly, so sorry. Epic, I know I have to take accountability for my actions, and I'm gonna do my best to accept any punishment that, comes my way, whatever happens. I'm not trying to find, a quick road out, but, being banned forever is just, thinking about a lifetime ban is just, I just didn't, I didn't expect this would happen.
Even with all those tears, his account...
Please don't take away my money. Please don't take away my money, because I took and bragged about cheating.
Remains...
It's not the NFL, homie.
Banned almost 2 years on. Well, it's pretty clear that when it comes to cheating, Epic Games definitely doesn't play around. Zakubis. In the UK, there's one gamer who's known for his dapper skills as well as his dapper styles. David Zakubis Tracy is a tie-wearing, shirt-sporting Twitch streamer who's been gaming professionally for more than 17 years. But even with all that experience and style behind him, it didn't...
I think after a certain point, because here's the thing, I don't care how good you are at gaming, age always catches up. So your reflexes, even with your thumbs and your fingers and the hand-eye cord, like, it does start to decline. It does. There's stuff I could do at the age of, you know, let's see, with the original Modern Warfare games that were online that I can't, like, I could see stuff quicker. I could see movement. As you get older, if you're still going to stream, it might be a better idea for some of these older cats to, or some of these cats that as they get older, you know, if they stream from like 13 to 30 or 14 or 15 to, or not stream, but just competitively game for that long, move to like a broadcaster position or a coaching position or something of that nature. That way you can still play the game. You're still going to be competitive, but you don't feel like to take and stay on top of everything. Well, now you got to take and get cheats because, you know, the younger generation and some of the new movement and some of the new tactics and stuff is, you know, getting you beat more than what you're used to. So,
didn't stop him from cheating at the DreamHack gaming convention back in 2018. He was caught teaming in Fortnite, which is where a player talks to and works with rival players instead of taking them out in-game. Although just about every Fortnite player does it, streaming it from Europe's largest gaming convention wasn't Zakubis' brightest idea.
Oh!
Booted!
What?
Well, if you're going to stream to thousands of people at a high-profile event, you should probably stick to the rules, no matter how suave you look. JohnnyK. Now, just about anyone can cheat in Fortnite, but it takes seriously huge kahunas to cheat during the Fortnite World Cup, considering the prize pool is around $100 million.
Bro, you do it on that big of a scale, like, number one, you shouldn't be cheating at all, but you try it on that big of a... You think they aren't going to have stuff in place to catch that shit?
It's no wonder people are tempted to turn to illicit means of winning. But for professional player Jonathan JohnnyK Kosmala of Team Caliber, the overwhelming temptation to cheat got the better of him. In 2019, this player was exposed online after his Discord messages with a well-known cheat seller were made public. You can see JohnnyK, named here as Big Boy, was trying to purchase an ESP cheat. This is a hack that allows a player to see the locations of all of their enemies, even if there are walls or terrain in the way. After downloading it, JohnnyK started a call with the seller, who walked him through the process of installing it. But unfortunately for JohnnyK, the seller recorded their entire call.
What did it download to? Oh, it didn't even... This one?
Yeah, that one. That's the all you're gonna need.
Initially, it all seemed to be running smoothly. He logged into his official account with the cheat software running, and the game loaded without issue. But all of a sudden, his account was flagged by Fortnite's anti-cheat software, and he was immediately booted from the game for cheating. And to really rub salt in the wound, the seller then released their entire call for the world to see.
Oh my god, some of these hacking, some of these cheating places, I'd love for them to take and actually release a list of like high profile people that use cheats. That way it's like, haha, you're not as good as you say you are.
See, after being so thoroughly exposed, Team Caliber wasted no time booting the cheater out of their team and cut all ties with him. Well, as bad as it looks, I don't reckon JohnnyK's fall from grace hurt too much. After all, his massive kahunas probably broke his fall. marquislokuros. Even though Fortnite is one of the biggest video games in the world, it still suffers from its fair share of bugs. While exploiting these bugs is generally frowned upon, abusing them in professional matches or tournaments is obviously a dumb move. but not obvious enough for pro Fortnite player marquislokuros. During the 2019 ESL Katowice Royale Fortnite tournament, which had a grand prize of $500,000, the professional Team Heretic player was reduced to 0 hit points, but thanks to a bug, he wasn't eliminated, and quickly discovered he could keep playing. Now, he should have alerted an administrator to the error. Instead, he exploited the bug and waited to be revived by his teammates. But when his teammates asked him what had happened, he did this. So it's clear he knew he'd done something wrong, but he was trying to avoid being detected. Eventually, the admin spotted what he'd done and asked him to leave. But unbelievably, Marquis refused.
But give me a reason. I need a reason.
After stalling for as long as he could, he was finally convinced to leave his terminal and was
That's when you go, security! Security! Right here! Remove them! See, that's a... Boy, these folks are way too nice sometimes. Hey, look, we caught you. We see what you've done. You need to take and get your stuff go. No. See, this isn't negotiable. See, we're only going to tell you one more time. Get your shit and get out the way. No. Security, roughhouse his ass and get him out of here. Like, that's what needs to happen to these cheaters that are caught. I don't care if you're taking exploiting or if you're using actual cheats. If you're caught cheating at a tournament, you want to take and sit there and try to argue your point with the administrators? Nah, fuck that. Get him out of here. Hey, security, grab this motherfucker and yank his ass out. I don't care if you break his headphones or if it pulls those are dragging behind him. I don't care. Get him out of here. That's what needs to happen at stuff like that. Make a clear example. This shit is not tolerated.
Disqualified from the tournament. But this incident sparked a huge debate online. Technically, it was a glitch, so it wasn't like
There's a difference. All right, so there's glitches in a lot of games. Like you got stuff like head glitches in Warzone. That's just part of the game. It's part of positioning and stuff like that. Something like this where you're downed and the other person clearly is trying to take you out and it doesn't kill you, and your teammate comes and revives you and you try to hush him. No, that's something that's an exploit. There's a difference between a glitch and exploiting something. That's exploiting. It's like the folks that are on that play Vanguard or other Call of Duty games that take and go outside the match or outside the combat zone of the match, take and run around, come back in, kill people, or kill people from outside the combat zone before it takes and actually kills them for being outside. No, that's exploiting. That's not. It's exploit. If you're using the exploit for your gain, especially in a tournament, out, gone, get.
Marquis had purposefully engineered the cheat, but being a pro player, he really should have known better than to try and exploit it. Ultimately, he didn't face any kind of punishment aside from being disqualified. Even if you don't play Fortnite, do you think that judgment was fair? Let me know down in the comments.
Yep. Absolutely.
Shroud. Like Fortnite, PlayerUnknown's Battleground, or PUBG for short, is a battle royale style game that has a huge problem with hackers. Since it was released in 2017, most of the cheats used in this game revolve around improving a player's accuracy or speed. But there's one cheat that's so hilariously dumb, even famous streamer Michael Shroud Krzyzek simply couldn't resist getting involved with it. With more than 9 million followers on Twitch, this professional streamer racks up tens of thousands of views per stream. And this meant there were plenty of witnesses when he joined in with the hijinks of this group of hackers back in 2018.
I'm busy. What the hell?
Flying cars.
Just like in the real world, cars in PUBG aren't meant to fly like that. But Shroud couldn't resist the offer of a free ride.
Shit, can you take me to the zone real quick?
Yeah. I actually sell these cheats for a living.
Wait, don't.
Unfortunately, after this, Shroud hit a dead end. Like Fortnite, PUBG has a very strict no cheating policy that it enforces indiscriminately, and the ban hammer came down on Shroud's account for a whole month. He later apologized and admitted he knew what he was doing, but that he just wanted to have a little fun.
Okay, that's a weird... I hate when people do that hack in Warzone or like Rebirth. You'll see a car flying around. Hate that stuff. He's doing it for entertainment purposes during a stream. It's not a tournament. Like, granted, he should not have done it. I kind of see the reason why he did. It's not aimbot. It's not giving him a competitive advantage why he's doing it whatsoever, because you can shoot cars out of the sky. So, but yeah, no, that's it's a no. So no, I'm surprised they give him a month ban. He's one of the biggest streamers. But then again, that sends a clear message that we don't tolerate this shit.
I mean, it's hard to blame him. After all, if someone offered you the chance to ride in a flying car, it'd be pretty hard to turn down, right? Chuck. The NBA 2K21 community is an extremely competitive group of players who take any hint of cheating very seriously, as professional player and YouTuber Chuck found out back in 2020. This was when rival player T-Jack critiqued his gameplay and called him out online for using a modified controller.
What? I'm not defending him, but he doesn't, the Zen start in the center, it doesn't matter. You can do it without it, bro. Let's watch, shoot a fade.
If you don't play NBA 2K21, like me, that explanation probably flew right over your head. So let me break it down. You may be thinking that a modified controller has levers and buttons designed to make quicker and easier button hits, but they don't always look that obvious. Controllers like the Cronus Zen, for example, can run software like aimbots, which makes scoring hoops in the game much easier. And this is something that T-Jack aggressively accused Chalk of doing.
Why does his bar not move in this game? His bar does not move. Hold on. It looks like let's look at this. Why does his bar not move?
When you gotta aim.
But Chalk wasn't taking this.
Bro, no. You've got the thing that fills up before it hits where the green is for, oh my God, yeah. Wow. I didn't realize stuff like that would work on like NBA 2K21. Same concept though, so it should. Wow, dude.
Why does his bar not move?
When you gotta aim.
But
and you can see it goes straight.
Let's look at this. Why does his bar not move?
When you gotta aim.
But
see, it just comes up and there's no, that's, oh, I'd be pissed. That's straight up cheating. Fuck that. If you can't take and do that legit, like you got the rhythm and timing down for your character and your skill set that you got him up to, then don't play the fucking game, dude. There's no reason to fucking, dude, oh my, I'd be pissed as hell.
But Chalk wasn't taking this lying down. He uploaded a video showing every single button press he made on his controller to prove he wasn't cheating.
Nothing changed. You guys have seen my controller the entire time. And I'm playing uncomfortable because I gotta have my hands so high. Nothing changes, bro. Literally nothing changes. I'm shooting with X and I'm still greening. What's the next one? Green. You see it, bro. Nothing's changing.
But with an aimbot, it ain't, oh my God. It doesn't automatically go green. His is automatically going green. That's the problem.
You see it.
However, this gaming community was already in full witch hunt mode. Despite Chalk's proof, more and more accusations began flooding Chalk's chats. Eventually, the pressure became too much for him to handle, and Chalk broke down live on one of his streams.
See it, man. You don't see that these dudes sit in group chat and comment on me every time.
While there's no way to really tell whether or not Chalk was using a modified controller, the NBA 2K21 community still seems pretty divided. So,
see, here's the thing. This is the reason why I think the other guy's onto something, because you have the thing that goes up before it, because you got to hit it in that green area. Like, it doesn't automatically just, you go up and you got the green, and that's how, you know, you got, no, it doesn't work like that, because you got that bar that takes and goes towards that green, and you either hit it right in the middle, just after, or whatever, and it affects your shot. It affects where it hits the rim, and it affects everything. His shit not showing any bar going up, but you just got the green and he's getting the goal. That's sus as hell. Whether or not he's actually cheating, bro, that's sus. That is absolutely sus.
So what do you think? Did Chalk cheat, or is he just being dunked on for being really good at this game? Let me know down in the comments. Hosty. Hearthstone is an incredibly popular digital strategy card game which has close to 24 million active players around the world. And unlike a regular game of cards, you can't cheat by peeking over your opponent's shoulder. But back in 2015, during the Hearthstone Pinnacle 2 tournament, pro player Rafael Hosty Santilli found a way around this. As part of the professional esports team Artenel, Hosty was one of just 6 players invited to compete in the tournament, which had a prize pool of $5,000. His match with Team Nihilim's Adrian life coach Koi.
If it's being streamed whatsoever, though, like, if it's being streamed whatsoever and he's got a second, or if he's got a second monitor, he could always have that stream up on that other monitor, have it muted so nothing plays through speakers, doesn't come through his mic or nothing like that, and take and see what the other players got.
Was live streamed for all the world to see. But partway through, viewers suddenly noticed something strange in Hosty's background.
That's a bit surprising to me.
That's surprising to me too.
Embarrassingly, Hosty's setup was being reflected in the picture frame behind him, showing he was looking at 2 separate monitors, and one of them had the tournament live stream on it, meaning Hosty had a full view of life coach's hand.
Wow,
this is what's known as stream sniping, and it's the digital version of peeking at your opponent's cards. Allegations immediately flooded the internet, and in a matter of hours, Team Artenel dropped Hosty from their roster like a hot cheating potato. Hosty later admitted to having the stream up on the second monitor, but argued that because the stream was on a 10-minute delay, it didn't help him gain an advantage. Considering he lost to life coach, that kinda adds up. But if Hosty was trying to cheat, this was a hilariously terrible attempt. XQC. Felix XQC Lengyel is one of Twitch's most popular streamers with a follower count of over 8 million. Streaming multiple times a week, often for more than 24 hours, it's hardly surprising that weird and hilarious stuff
Multiple times a week, often for more than 24 hours. Cocaine
is often captured on his camera. But back in December 2020, he had some serious explaining to do when this slip-up happened live on stream.
What the?
Multiple times a week, often for more than 24 hours, it's hardly surprising that weird and hilarious stuff is often captured on his camera. But back in December 2020, he had some serious explaining to do when this slip-up happened
cheats.
Live on
I see it now, cheats. All right.
Stream.
What the f was that?
Did you see that? Well, if I enhance that 5th file from the left, can you see it now? That, my friends, is a big file labeled cheats. Admittedly, it's completely empty, but why would XQC have had it in the first place? And considering how much he panicked when that window opened, he didn't exactly seem innocent, but he had an explanation ready.
In your randomizer, there's something called cheats, and those cheats are like to make the game different. Like, if you're doing a certain run, you have to use a cheat folder.
So, he needed it to change the difficulty of his Pokemon games. As legitimate as he makes it sound, using any kind of cheats or hacks in
It's when you label it something else. So that way, if anything happens while you're on stream, it's not going to look incriminating.
Games is against Twitch's community guidelines. Despite this smoking gun, Twitch didn't take any action, even though he'd been caught cheating less than a month before. This happened when, during GlitchCon's Twitch Rivals Fall Guys tournament, XQC decided to target other players taking part in this Battle Royale platform game. He singled them out by stream sniping and then sabotaged their attempts to win. But what's worse is that he didn't even make the effort to hide that he was watching his opponent's streams.
That is
with the stream snipe?
dude.
Who got fed? Who got fed?
With his opponent in his sights, you can see his eyes darting to and from his rival's stream as he plays, so he knows when and where to sabotage him.
I'm gonna put you in emo only mode.
This is a bad idea, bro. I don't think he realizes how big of a mistake he's
Who's
doing.
that? Who's that?
Okay.
Yo! Cougar, you're up, right?
Look at him all tabbing, he's looking!
Unfortunately for XQC, stream sniping directly violates Twitch's code of conduct. They slapped him with a 6-month ban from future Twitch Rivals events, forced him to forfeit his GlitchCon winnings, and suspended him from the platform for 7 days. Maybe he should have stuck with Pokemon.
Bro, what? It's Fall Guys. Why are you gonna stream snipe Fall Guys? Bro, get baked and play that game. Like, for real. Smoke a joint, play Fall Guys. It's more fun that way. Piss on trying to hold anybody back or stream sniping. 8 million followers and stuff like. He's got millions of subs on YouTube too. But bro, that's, oh my god. Yes, he should definitely I agree with the punishment that's handed down on that one. Regardless of why he done it, other than the fact of, because I'm pretty sure he probably didn't care that he lost earnings on the winnings from it. He's got enough followers, and he gets enough donations and bits and stuff like that, and enough ad revenue from YouTube. It didn't hurt him, trust me. So. But that's just too funny. That's what stream sniping Fall Guys. Oh, I've heard it all now. That being said, have you ever spectated anyone that's cheated or, you know, watched anybody that's cheated? Like, I hate cheaters. Video games, I hate cheaters, man. That's get good or play something else. Simple as that. Go play a one-player game. That way you ain't got to try to be at the top of everything. And cheat and feel like you need to cheat to get there. It's a game, dude. It's a game. Be competitive. By all means. Don't cheat, though. That's not competitive. That being said, y'all be good to each other. Love yourselves. Peace.